Hi everyone, I'd like to meet you all in this virtual conference. I'm the Business Development Director of Huawei Cloud. Today I'd like to talk a bit about the enterprise digital transformation with cloud and 5G technologies. First of all, a lot of C-levels ask me one question. Okay, they are starting a bit of cloud usage for a very long time already. Say, for example, they are using some office administration, using some cloud storage, but we would like to come back to a bit about the basic concept of a cloud. I'd like to share one of very interesting saying by Larry Ellison. All of you knows that Oracle started from SaaS-based solutions on cloud, but he also mentioned about their IaaS platform will be much larger than SaaS in the long run. Why we say that? Because you know that we are using a lot of cloud platform like office administration, like file storage, like cloud CRM, and but we found that there are lots more cloud vendors is going to build their IaaS platform much larger than SaaS and PaaS, because the base layer, everyone is going to migrate the data center to the from traditional IDC to the IaaS platform, including compute, storage, or database services to cloud. And then after building basic layer, they will actually connect all these services back to the PaaS, including big data, including like communication platform, including all those CRM and OA platform. So we found that cloud is more like an infrastructure in a very, very long time, but we can see that there's a very huge, very large trend for most of the company will use more SaaS and PaaS in the future. So we come to a very interesting survey from Huawei. This is our internal survey. We see that actually cloud, what we found in this survey is saying that cloud is a one way. And actually, AI, IoT, and 5G are the engines. Why we say that? Because by 2025, we found that all the company will be using cloud. And more importantly, is like 97% of the big enterprises on top of cloud, they will be using AI. And even those applications they're using, over 77% of those applications will be supported by Huawei, but will be supported by AI. So you can see that AI is a future trend, and more importantly, cloud is a one way, is a base layer, and actually AI, IoT, and other services will be the future. So I give you a very simple example on this saying. We are all talking about the digital change or intelligence. One example is that traditionally you can see that if we are going to investigate a case, most of the police officer maybe sit there to look for the will be watching the video for whole day to seek for some pieces of information. Say for example the page of a car, the time of that thief appear. But in the digital world, we can see that we can use it. We can actually index all this information by using compute. A huge computing power. Just like the picture on the left side, it's a traditional world, but nowadays we can actually use a huge computing or GPU unit to make it to index or tag all those things you need. Say for example, one thing say for example like the traffic. If we are using the compute unit to calculate, actually we can increase the accuracy of changing the traffic lights, and also reducing the traffic congestion time. And say for water, you can see that we can use some latest technologies like LiDAR or some IoT device connected with 5G. Actually, those you can collect those liters by using this technology by increasing their accuracy by over 80%. And other example is that heating. So we can actually have a lot of power consumption by using IoT technology, by controlling the temperature, by capturing all this data in the room. So lastly is like in industrial field, you can find that like the hydrocarbon reservoirs, we can use AI to do some calculation to find a better way to locate all these resources by reducing like 70% of your time. So I would like to get you some real idea about what we can do using AI, using cloud computing, and using 5G technologies. There's one of the case we have already deployed in Shenzhen by using very simple ideas. Is like we have installed a lot of cameras at the conjunctions. So at the conjunction, the camera basically captured all those cars, the traffic, and also capture those pedestrians, number of pedestrians at the conjunction. So when the camera finds that there are a lot more pedestrian or a lot of people waiting at the conjunctions, basically they will change the light as normal. But when the time is there is less people waiting and there is much more traffic on the road, basically they can send all this information back to cloud for calculations. And then all this calculation will help to change the traffic light to different times. So if there is more traffic, they can we control the traffic light to have more timed for the cars to pass through. So what's the outcome is we can find that that there is a less congestion time by nearly like 13%. And more important is that on the road we can find that there is an increase of vehicle speed up to 6.21%. That's one of the very interesting case we have deployed in Shenzhen during the rush hour to help the traffic. The second case I'd like to present is about the solutions we have deployed in Shenzhen Airport. It's an intelligent aircraft stand allocation solutions. And what we have did is we have deployed this solution in the airport and actually save a lot of cost for the airlines and also save a lot of time for the users for the airport. What we have do is like all the data will be sent to the airport before they arrived, and actually the system actually gives suggestions to the airlines which parking slot they will have, and in terms of cost, in terms of the space they have. So for some airlines, they may carry less passenger during that flight, so they can save a lot of cost by parking in the remote parking slot. But some of the busy airline, probably they can park closer to the terminal. So the travel time for is much lesser than for most of the users for the aircraft. So one of the very important things we found that is like for a month there is a reduce of 5 million users using the shuttle bus. So there is another very interesting one. We are having a solutions helping the rainforest as well. This case is actually deployed over 6,000 kilometers with a lot of 5G device, terminal device in the rainforest. What they have do is like there are a lot of these kind of cell phones deployed over this area, and this cell phone capture all the voices, capture all the sound in the rainforest. What they have do is they capture the sound of jigsaw, they capture sound of cars, they capture sound of those very rare species. So it actually help the rangers to protect the forest by using the cloud technology, because all this sound will send back to the cloud for calculation and recalculations and send out alerts. Say for example, we found that there is some cars going into the rainforest, or some jigsaws, or some gunshot sounds. Then maybe they will alert rangers to go to the area to have an inspection on those areas. And furthermore, is like they can actually calculate by using capturing the sound to calculate the number of special species in the rainforest. So it helps a lot to cover a large area, which is nearly impossible for human beings or for the team to cover a whole large area like 6,000 kilometers. Is a very, very huge pace. This is the last case I would like to talk about. Is that recently we are all influenced by the COVID-19 by the pandemic, and we have partners working in this imaging technologies actually help the diagnosis of COVID-19. If we know that for each of the patients going to have the test, and basically, for each specialist, each doctor may need to read up to about 200, 300 images per patient. But using AI, actually, the doctor can teach AI the cloud, the AI big data system to locate all these victims for these diseases. So it saves a lot of time using the technology by even like connecting all this system back to the cloud. And it saved about like 44 million person times during this pandemic. So when we back to cloud, so I like to introduce a bit about Huawei. Huawei is a company that we have 4 major business groups, which we cover from consumer business. We have carrier business like 5G, and we also have enterprise business covering storage, servers, and other things. And finally, myself is in the cloud and AI business group, which cover the cloud technologies. So as Huawei, as a company as a whole, basically we provide like end-to-end technologies from smart devices, smartphone, wearables, IoT, life science, and all life services, and different of scenarios. And we provide different types of connectivity from 5G network, from personal network, fixed network, enterprise network, and finally we are providing like the computing services and cloud computing services to enterprise and different users or ISVs. So some of the service may be provided to the household as well. So we are an end-to-end IT company. So some of the colleagues may ask, okay, when our Huawei Cloud start? Actually, the technology itself we start very early, since 2002. We have invested a lot on the cloud services, invest a lot on like telco clouds and help them to operate. So we start business since 2002, but recent year we start to using Huawei Cloud as a brand names to the public in 2015, and now we are a business group now over 6 years. We offer up to 200 plus services, and including 43 AI services and 69 Quantum powered cloud compute condensed services. So on the ICE platform, basically we have covered most of the enterprise needs, including computing, storage, databases, enterprise technologies, networking, and edge services. And we also deliver a lot of projects with our partners, with our consumers in different industry, over 10 industry and over 500 projects, which included the smart cities, including manufacturing, including internet business, including smart campus, or even like vehicles, smart vehicles, all those type of technologies. So for any types of projects you're interested to work with Huawei, we're welcome you to connect with any of our salesmen today. So this is my last slides. I like to thank you all of you, but that's one of the very important message. We think that from Huawei point of view, AI 5G definitely edge computing will be the future, but the most important is that for each enterprise digital transformation, they will start with using the infrastructure as a service. So the ICE platform basically give you a very, very strong ground to build as a building block to other levels like AI, 5G, and Edge. So Huawei, as one of the leading IT company, we found that we are one of the best partners in Hong Kong or worldwide to help you on all these types of projects. So hope to see you guys very soon again. And again, thank you very much for your time. And I'd like to see you all face to face very soon. Thank you.